Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Wizards Outlook. Joined tonight by Raymond Lyons and Wilson Tarpe Jr. As you guys can see, the Wizards close out the Pistons tonight 103-94. They needed a big third quarter from when Kyle Kuzma to kind of open the game up. And then, they close things out. And yes, it's the Pistons, but, a win is a win for a team that is desperately in need of W's. And, less than 48 hours ago, they played the Kings and things didn't go their way. So, definitely could have ended differently. Gonna get a quick word from our folks over at Oohs and Ahs before we begin. As always, as a Black-owned business, Oohs and Ahs has been a staple in the community, serving as a safe space since its founding in 2003. Join us and experience food for your soul. Visit oozandahs.com to see the menu for hours and more. Order from the Georgia Avenue location today. All right, Ray, what'd you think of this one?
Yeah, man, they toughed it out. You mentioned Kuz's big third quarter. That's I think that's the second time in the last three games where the Wizards had a big third quarter for a change to to kind of seal the deal on the game. But still too many threes for my liking, man. They were 9 for 29 on the night, and during some of those stretches where the Pistons were able to get themselves back in the game, those were during those times it was a chunk of threes going up from the Wizards that led to, it was just bad offense and runouts for Detroit, and they were able to capitalize. So, they just got to be more disciplined in those situations, where they just kind of shoot themselves in the foot. If they value those possessions a little more, maybe we don't even have to have, a heroic third quarter from Kuz, or even that just puts the game that much further out of reach, because if for him to have a quarter like that and then they're still only up 9 and it's still a game, that's it still can go either way. They're a little more solid early on in the game, and Kuzma still has that breakout quarter. Maybe they're up 20, so who knows? So yeah, man, it's just continuously just the little things. But Ish Smith, he was impactful on both ends. Neto, he was being an irritant as he usually is. Anthony Gill had some great minutes. Corey Kispert, man, he just continues to look more and more comfortable each game. Maybe continuously beating the starting lineup is, boosting his confidence. And, he feels he's able to kind of, spread his wings a little bit. No, I don't think any of us expected him to put the ball on the floor as much as he has. But, he's pretty much taking advantage of the fact that he's just expected to be, a catch and shoot guy. Guys are closing out, kind of aggressive on him, and he's just going by him, and that opens things up for other guys. So yeah, man, it is the Pistons, but again, this isn't a team that can look down at anyone. So we're gonna take the wins so we can get them. And man, Sadiq Bey, man, he was hyped to be at home. So he had a great first half. They kind of put the lid on him in the second half a little bit. But yeah, man, it was a good showing for him. But all in all, a good win for the Wizards.
Yeah, Sadiq Bey's trying to make a running and make some room on that Wizards killer list. He's trying to make an early bid on it, right? Early bid for that list rather. But no, like you said, you would have liked them to take care of business, but they're 4 games under 500 for a reason. So I hate to be that person, but what was it? The great Bill Parcells, you are what your record is.
Yeah.
Obviously you would have liked to take care of business. You would have loved to cruise to victory, but that's not who you are at this point. You just had a whole lot of energy change at the trade deadline, what have you, going through some things. So again, a win is a win. I felt like Rui was another person that was on his way to contributing tonight before he injured his ankle.
Mm-hmm.
Avdia had a huge night, and You know, you mentioned Kispert, Denny with since post trade deadline, feel like he's getting a steady diet of minutes now. Feels like he's kind of following in his footsteps of Kispert with getting more comfortable with the extra minutes, knowing I'm not going to come out if I make a mistake. And some of the, almost addition by subtraction to a degree with some of the personnel changes, feels like it's freed him up to kind of play more of his style basketball freely. Obviously, the team would love to have a table setter at point guard, but since they don't, someone like Denny is able to step in here and there and show what he has to offer. Kuz, that big third quarter was needed. I thought Neto's been solid. Like, I think it's hard when you've been kind of a backup most of your career and you've had to step in, kind of play the starter minutes right now. And he's been solid. It hasn't been great, but it's been solid. And like you said, he's an irritant defensively, so that's always a positive. Anthony Gill, big minutes again, 26 minutes. A man went from playing like only garbage time to people get traded and, hey, you're a backup center now. Come in, contribute. So yeah, 6.6 rebounds on a box score doesn't look like anything much, but if he had, of his 6 rebounds, 4 of them were on the offensive end. It felt like they came at key times for them. When, Washington was kind of fluttering, he got them a key extra possession. And those offensive rebounds didn't look like they typically do for most bigs, the ugly offensive rebounds, getting down in the dirt, snatching the ball up, but it was extra possession nevertheless. So it was a win, man. They got the job done. Obviously, would have liked some things to be done a little better, but like you said, man, they don't have to take as many threes, especially with the type of guys like they have getting downhill and getting to the line. Like, they got to the line tonight 18 times. If you lessen maybe like 5 to 6 less threes, guaranteed there's like at least 3 more trips to the line because you were getting calls. And Washington, again, with the size they have on their wing, they're able to get into the paint, even against the Detroit team where they have size on the wing too. And, Washington still got to the line and get them out. All right, so, oh, yeah, I forgot. I'm not going to break my own rule. So, I was about to ask you, but we don't do that here anymore. So,
yeah, Kuz, man. His the third quarter just pretty much solidified it for him. He was he was kind of coming along slowly in the first half, but and then the way they ended the second quarter, it looked like it was about to get dark. But he came out after halftime and pretty much took the game by the reins and put the Wizards in a place where they could bring it on home.
Yeah, I'm with you, Kuz. Again, in a game like this, that's when the separation happened, right? And it was much needed. Huge third quarter on time, and yeah, that was a big 3 hit late in at the end of the first half too. And he's shown a knack for this at times. Just hitting timely threes, apparently, is something he does here in Washington. So kudos to him. All right. I think we're in agreement here, but go ahead, you go first.
I went KCP.
Okay.
He hit some timely shots as well. I think, though, when you was talking about Anthony Gill's offensive rebounds, I think 2 of them led to KCP threes. And they were at, pretty critical junctures, when Detroit was kind of clawing their way back in it. And, just his added scoring punch, with Bill down, that takes away a lot of scoring, and they typically struggle, so it's good to have another guy to kind of complement Kuz. So I went with KCP tonight.
All right, I was wrong. We did not agree. I went with Abdia, so I was wrong about that. My bad. Look, man, TB only had 4 boards. Somebody had the board tonight. 15, 13 of his 15 came on the defensive end, and the 3 of us always talk about how important it is, especially when this team doesn't do it, closing out defensive possessions with the rebound. Danny was on that tonight. 3 assists. Obviously, didn't shoot great from the 3-point line. I like the fact that he got downhill and he got to the line. There's so many times Denny has no issue getting to the cup. It's what happens when he gets there, And I'm not trying to be mean or anything, but like so many times, it's like, damn, I wish you went up stronger in this case, or you should have turned that over and dunked it, or be a little bit more patient. Like, hey, remember you're 6'9", and Tonight it felt like even a couple times in transition, I think he delivered a vicious shot to Hami Diallo in
Oh yeah.
transition. Like, and I was here. I was just like, it's there. It's there somewhere. I felt bad for Diallo, but I was like, thank you, Denny. Yes, inflict harm going downhill. Like, you're a big dude, man. Go ahead and do it. There was another time I think late in the third where, they were crashing offensive glass, and he got it. Kind of took his time, composed himself. Was like, I'm the tallest guy in this little trio of people right now. Let me take my time and go back up as a 6'9" player and finish. And he was in fact the tallest person in that little crowd of players on both teams. So that's why I had Denny for the night, and I appreciate it as much as he has the ball. Only two turnovers, but we're gonna get to some comments as always. So you got first dibs on all of this. Great win. Nice Valentine gift for the fans who've been through plenty of sorrows. Pretty sloppy first half, to be honest, but better ending credit where it's due. Great game by Denny tonight.
Yeah, I don't really think he got sloppy until the end of the second quarter, but that's been an Achilles heel of theirs. Closing out quarters. Like, they had a 12-point lead, and that just went away in the last couple minutes. But yeah, that they were sharper in the second half. Especially that third quarter. Much of it because of Kuzma.
All right, great game by Denny. Double, 15 boards. A kid playing basketball. Wins not just throwing balls to the board. I really enjoyed it today, and kind of like big ups to Rui for his health. Hope that Rui returns quickly. And I guess he meant to say playing winning basketball, Denny tonight. Maya showing some love for your takes when you're going through what you thought of the game a little while ago.
Appreciate you, Maya.
Then he took another small step to improve. Hope Rui is okay. They need to tighten up on defense, though. Too many easy baskets. I agree to that. Yeah, hope Rui is okay. Bryant can't just give up on plays like that only because he feels they don't pass to him. Doesn't look professional at all. You can go first on this, Ray.
I mean, yeah, he does have to stay locked in, but when you're working that hard to steal your man off and they can see both of the numbers on your chest and you don't get the ball and the play ends unfavorably, that's a little deflating, man. If he's in gets that great a position, they got to give it to him. But like she said, he's got to compose himself and stay within the game. You talk about that the next dead ball at timeout. You can't just put your head down and and check out like that. But yeah, they got to get better at dumping the ball down there when he's established position. Because either he's going to finish or they're going to have to double and he's going to kick it back out. But you can't have a clear advantage like that and just look the other way. Especially for nonsense. Like he'll seal his man a couple times and they'll just chuck up threes. I'm like, come on, dude. Like,
yeah, I'm with Ray. Yeah, he does need to compose himself better, but man, they be missing him. Like I feel bad at times because despite him coming back from his injury, like he is still sometimes the first one down the floor when they're in transition, and I'm like, oh, there goes the bounce pass to TB. No, we're gonna hit. There goes the lob to TB. No, we're not doing that either. We're gonna pull it back out, throw a cross court pass, and take a very bad three. Yeah, I feel him sometimes. Yeah, like Ray said, they need to do a little bit better with it. But I mean, sometimes I'm right there with him. I'm like, what are y'all doing, man? I don't get it. Somebody's trying to take somebody bigger off. Like somebody got Jeremy Grant on them on the perimeter, which means if Jeremy Grant's out there, and like the Pistons don't have an incredibly tall team. In Bags, so if Jeremy Grant and Bagley are both on guards out of the paint, right? Can he get a courtesy look down there just to see how small the person on them is? Just maybe. Good win. We agree, Mr. Kirksey. With not so many veterans and strong wills on the team, now KCP can be the father figure he wants to be on the floor. I think he definitely needs to turn and dunk more. I think he's talking about Denny. That's going to come with time. I think we were talking about that a couple of nights ago or maybe last week. He just has to get stronger. Like, that's That's all that comes with it. He just has to get stronger down there. It's some, still big people down there. Oh, Area 11 too, he's a good one. That man Denny went to the school of coos with that shoulder on Diallo. Yeah. he definitely borrowed that. And again, I was happy for it. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I was just happy to see him dish out some punishment while going downhill versus adjusting to it or something. Like, you're 6'9", man. Go ahead, put a shoulder and or elbow in somebody's chest and create your space.
It's okay to go through people sometimes,
especially when they don't want to be there anyways. Just go ahead. We can't hold a lead to save our life. No, you can't. No. This is a very true statement. You can't. I think TB minutes are bad minutes. Regardless, with what the current health of the team looks like in terms of the front court, TB is gonna have minutes. So it's gonna be what it's gonna be. And also going back to what Ray and I were just talking about, they could be good minutes if people would dump the ball down low sometimes, man. Every once in a while. Like, I don't think that's all on TV. Ray, did you want to chime in or you good right there?
Yeah, I'm good, man.
Feed the post, man. That man working on a high energy level, drop it off to the big. Yeah, just every once in a while. Like, if you're spinning down court and he's 3 steps ahead of you, maybe, just maybe. Here, TB. Just maybe. Even if you throw it down there, like Ray said, just to check the temperature to see how the defense reacts. Like, just to see. Love the Wizards, love Cools, love Kisper, love Denny. Also Neto, he is also a tough guy. Let's go. Nothing but positivity. Sure, we appreciate that. Yeah, Denny from Mr. Kirksey. Ish minutes greater than Raul minutes. Raul minutes. Your thoughts, Ray?
I don't know, man. Like they seem to do the same thing to me, to be perfectly honest. They're both scrappy on defense. They push the pace on offense. I think they kind of feel the same need for the team.
Yeah, I'm with you. You have 2 backup point guards essentially being the same thing in different ways. And at this moment, again, going to what your roster looks like, the bigger one is going to play. Like, Neto's bigger than Ish. And he can shoot the 3 ball a little bit better. So that's the trade-off. And I like Ish coming. I think Ish, for his career, the best place to have Ish is off the bench as the change of pace. Let him come in and raise hell. I think you just don't mess with that. Again, it's something they can address in the offseason, what have you. They used to have a guy that set the table very well. But, that was then. This is now. Hopefully they can find someone else to come set the table for this roster. Ray, if you don't have anything else, I want to thank y'all for spending time with us tonight after this Wizards win. We'll see you after the next Wizards game. Don't forget with Wizards Outlook, between 10 and 15 minutes after each game, we come on here and talk to you all. And we're going to have a morning show starting soon. Don't forget to follow Focus TV on all your social media mediums. Hold on. Oh, no, I agree with you. It's just like, I feel like you have 2 backups. And again, at the end of the day, you're not going to start the smaller one. Like, it's just tough right now. Like, if they were both 6 foot, then maybe it's probably a toss-up, right?
Mm-hmm.
But Neto happens to be 6 foot. And you know how other teams do. Other teams do a great job when a big got a small on and the ball goes there. You know what I'm saying? So.
And it don't even got to be a big. If you're bigger than the person guarding you, they going right to the block, man.
Man, what's it called? We saw against the Kings, De'Aaron Fox. I didn't know he got into the post. He saw Washington guards and was like, huh. And you know what I'm saying? So it's one of those things. Appreciate y'all tuning in again. We'll see y'all after the next game. This week's episode of Focus TV comes out Wednesday morning, 9 a.m. Be on DC TV Friday nights at 10:30. Again, appreciate you guys all. Let us know what you think. when we start a morning show, if you guys have a mailbag type thing, and that'll be the show where we have you guys come on if you want. Long as you can behave, don't be the person that messes it up for everybody else. Don't be that person. If you can behave, we got it all day. Y'all come on, we'll talk. It'll mostly be with me. Sometimes Ray and Cardell pop in and other folks or whatnot. But again, we'll have that. We're gonna afford that luxury and opportunity to you guys so we can have a more back and forth other than these nights. Because after watching the game and whatnot, man, we're all old. We ready to go to sleep after this is done. The Wizards be putting stress on people. So y'all have a great evening, and we'll see y'all soon.